Hey, Monday morning, everyone. Hope everybody had a great Super Bowl weekend. We pretty much worked. But anyway, so we want to get right into this. First of all, thank you so much for all the comments and all the great feedback we got on Friday's video about making the office sign, and we did the time lapse with the little music ditties in there. Everybody seemed to kind of enjoy that. We'll probably be doing more of that, but we might mix in some commentary over the top too once in a while, rather than just the music stuff. Anyway, so thanks again for all the great feedback. We love it. So now, in regards to when we are going to be gone for 3 days, about 3 days, that's going to be on the 22nd through the 24th, I think.
Was supposed to be the 21st.
Yeah, so on the 21st, we're gonna, Monday and Tuesday, the 20th and the 21st, we're having full days of business, so we'll be shipping stuff on those days. But Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, that's when we're taking off for a few days. So I'm gonna let the cat out of the bag on where we're going. We're actually going on a fishing trip, and we're gonna talk about a little bit more about that at the end of this video. But let's get into the questions, because there's something in regards to that fishing trip I want to mention. So let's get into the questions. Okay, first, from Brad over in Australia. It says, just curious if you could help me. The bags that you use from Bags on the Net, are they the ones that come in a tube, in a roll? Or I was wondering the thickness. I'm looking 10 inches wide by 1.5 mil thick, up to 6 mil thick. Is thicker better than thinner? So, let me show you what I use, guys. So this is just one of our standard 6x24 signs. I buy the individual poly bags. These are 7x28 by, what are they, 2 mil? Yeah, 2 mil. So they're pretty thin still. They're not bad. They're pretty thin. But it would depend on how you're shipping. Because I put these in not only for delivery, but mostly for shipping. Most of my stuff I ship. So I put what I do, and they're sealed at the end. So this isn't a tube, and it's not in a roll. They're individual poly bags. So I put them in here. But then again, remember, I wrap everything in bubble wrap. So if you're wrapping it in bubble wrap, you don't need real thick plastic. The plastic here could be 1 mil, 1.5 mil, 2 mil, whatever. I use the 2 mil, but basically that's just so that the finish, in case the finish isn't completely dry, it doesn't stick to your bubble wrap. So that's the ones that I buy, is the 7x28 individual poly bags. And then if I have bigger signs that I have to ship, what I do is I slice these and open them up, and then put them as a sheet over my 12x24s or 12x36s or whatever, and then I still use the bubble wrap to wrap them up. So hope that helps. Second question. And I don't know who said this. It was a comment on YouTube. Why does it take so long to see our comments on YouTube? Well, the reason it takes so long to see your comments on YouTube, sometimes it's fast. It all depends on when I go in to check, or Vicky, because all of the comments that you make, or almost, they're supposed to all go into a file, and they're blocked until we approve them to be on the channel. The reason that is we've had stuff in the past, and YouTubers will know this, either haters or really stupid vulgar stuff or negative comments. I don't mind disagreements, or somebody that is making some kind of a constructive criticism. I don't mind that at all. But when somebody leaves a flat negative comment and is just abusive or any of that stuff, I wipe it out. I don't allow that on the channel, period. I don't like it. So any of you haters out there, if you send me stuff like that, chances are it'll never make it onto the channel. If it does, then I'll be deleting it pretty quick. So we've got control that way. So that's sometimes if I'm only checking the YouTube channel at night and you leave a comment during the day, you might not see it on there till I go in and approve it. I approve 99.9% of everything is approved and put on there, but just the negative stuff.
Except for the ones that say your wife is annoying.
Yeah, we can't have that. The Queen beats me about the head and shoulders when we get negative comments like that. So anyway, All right, so moving on. One thing I want to mention, we're going to go into the, another thing I want to mention. If I don't answer your question, guys, remember, like I say a lot, is send me a direct email. If you really want me to answer your question, send me a direct email, eric@makeawoodsign.com. That's what I see all the time. If it's left on Facebook, if it's left on even the comments on YouTube, sometimes they can get, depending on how it lays out in there, sometimes I can miss those. I never do it on purpose, but there's getting so many comments, so many questions, that the only way that you're going to be sure that I answer the question is send it to me email. So eric@makeawoodsign.com. All right, got it. We're moving on. What?
Have some more coffee.
Yeah. All right, so I've got two awesome sign carvers of the day. The first one, Charles Young. Now these were boxes. He made 2 boxes for his grandsons, Ezekiel and Justice. And these are boxes, wooden boxes, and did a fantastic job on them, and then carved them. And these are to hold the blocks that their mothers used to play with. So it's really cool, kind of a keepsake, a family keepsake. So for his grandsons, and his grandsons are 2.5 and 1 month old. Might be almost 3 and 6 months old by now. I'm not sure when I got this, but anyway, fantastic job. I love the logo. I love everything about it, and the way the boxes are done, just fantastic. Now this one, you guys know I normally put these in order and put them at the back of the stack, but this one was so different that I wanted to put it out, and the reason why is because, and I'll tell you in a second, this is a sign that Paul Hughes just did, within the last few days, and here's what he wrote as an email. So I got off, he was talking to me, we were talking on the phone about something he needed help with, and once he got off the phone, he says, I said to myself, what can I make? So this is what he made, not even thinking about selling them, and then he showed it to his wife. She posted it for $20 on her Facebook page, and they sold 5 of them in 10 minutes. That is so cool, and obviously we're coming into Valentine's Day, so that makes sense, but you just never know what's going to hit, guys. Just keep trying. When you do stuff, good stuff happens. So this is, he sold $100 worth of signs in a matter of 10 minutes just by making something, and it's a great looking sign, but it's not anything super elaborate and super complicated. It's just something simple, but the timing was right, and he put it out there, and again, sold $100 worth of signs in a matter of 10 minutes. That's pretty cool. So I thought that was a story that you guys really needed to hear. So don't think that they've got to be all this complicated and fancy stuff in order to sell signs. Sometimes just the simple stuff it sells really well too. So the timing has a lot to do with it. All right, so last piece of business, this fishing trip we're going on. You're not going to believe this, but we're actually going ice fishing. Me and Dad and Vicky, we're going ice fishing up at a place called Lake of the Woods up in northern Minnesota, up by the Canadian border. And it's a long story how it came about, but that's where we're going at on the 21st we're in business. Anyway, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday of that week. Now here's the deal. It turns out that we're flying in to Minneapolis, and we've got like a 4-hour window layover in Minneapolis. This is just a long shot. I know it's probably not going to mean anything to a lot of you, to most of you, probably maybe all of you, but we have a 4-hour window that we're going to need to fill, that we're going to be in the Minneapolis airport. If any of you happen to be around at that period of time, and I think it's like from the window that we have is like 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. We've got like a 4-hour window in there. If any of you are going to be around, we'd love to meet with you. If you want to meet and just say hi and, questions and have some kind of interaction with us, we would love it. That would be awesome. And we absolutely understand that probably most of you, maybe all of you, but if there is some interest, if you happen to be in and around the Minneapolis airport around that time and we can meet up, we absolutely would love to meet you and spend some time with you. So if there is some interest in that, if you happen to be gonna be in that area on that day, what day is that again, babe? That's the 22nd. Yeah, if you are going to be in and around that area, that's Wednesday the 22nd. Again, would love to meet with you. So I know it's probably a long shot, but let us know if that's something that you're interested in, and we'll plan on it and we'll figure it out. So that was kind of the announcement that I wanted to make. I guess that is about it. I know we're going a little bit long here, so we'll be back on Wednesday for Coffee and Questions, and then we'll be doing something maybe really special on Friday for the newsletter. Not sure. We'll see how that works out. But anyway, thanks again, guys, and hope you guys have a great week. And make some sawdust and have some coffee. And we will see you guys on Wednesday. Bye-bye.